Hi, my name is Sabrina Barella. I am a mortgage loan officer with Military HomeSpot Lending. So in this video, what we are going to talk about is the VA home loan credit requirements. So I'm going to start off by just explaining that there are, you will see a discrepancy or a little bit of a difference between some banks and lenders and what they're going to expect or require to approve you for a VA loan. What that is that the VA has their VA handbook of all the rules, all the things that they expect or require in order to guarantee or back the loan. Now, what banks and lenders will do is they will take what the VA requires and they will add their own extra rules and regulations on top of that. So anywhere where you see a minimum credit score, for instance, on a VA loan, that is actually that bank or lender's rule. That is not the VA's requirement. So just know that if you see limits on the amount you can have in collections or just different things like that, those again are going to be overlays. That is that bank or lender's rules, and that doesn't necessarily mean that you wouldn't be approved otherwise. Now, what is a VA handbook rule is the 12-month on-time payment rule. And so what that says is that what we're really zoning in on when we're looking at your credit is the last 12 months of your payment history. So when we're looking over that last year of payment history, there's two sides of things that we want to see. So on the positive side, we're looking for a couple accounts that you have had opened, that you have been making regular payments on for at least the 12 months or longer. Longer the better. That's when you're going to see your scores go up, the longer payment history, right? But just on-time payments over the last year. Now, the other side, on the derogatory side, let's say, they don't want to see any negative payments, so no late payments that have happened within the last year. No accounts that have been sent to collections, newly sent to collections, or charged off within that year period. And I want to just specify too that late payments, a common misconception or what I hear a lot is when people think, like when I think, oh gosh, I went late on my credit card, it was, because it was due on the 10th and I paid it on the 15th when I got paid, let's say. But actually, by the credit bureau standards, what means a late payment or what triggers a late payment to be reported is actually that you've gone a full reporting cycle, so a full 30 days past that due date. So basically missing, going a month without making a payment, that's when they're going to report it on your credit. So that is what we're looking at, is we don't want to see any late payments, no accounts sent to collections or charged off, which means basically that you would stop making payments altogether on those as when they go there. That's really the big thing with the VA, honestly, is that 12-month clean payment history. Now, let's talk about a couple of these things that will come up. So collection accounts. If you have collection accounts, say if you had them from years past, we see a lot, especially in the pandemic years, the 2020, 2021, people lost their jobs, they were laid off, things got really tight in households, and so accounts got sent to collections. Now, if you have an account that originally got sent to collections in 2020, but then let's say recently that original collection agency sold it, like they basically gave up on collecting, they sold it to a new collection agency. If that happened within the last 12 months, that is not going to reset the clock. But what we do need to do is we are going to have to be able to verify via a credit supplement, which is basically a third-party verifying company that just confirms, yes, the original account did go delinquent in 2020, in 2021, it's been more than 12 months, then we're okay. One thing to note on collection accounts, if you do have collection accounts that are older, so we're okay to move forward, but they're still in collections, we will have to hit you for a 5% payment that will be a part of your debt to income ratio. So that is one way where collection accounts will impact you, if they are older, just heads up. Charge-off accounts, as long as it's outside again of that year period, will not affect you. You will not get a payment. You won't get hit for a payment or anything like that on a charge-off, as well as medical collections. Anything that is a medical collection that the VA does not look at all. So that's not going to impact you negatively. Well, let's talk about things that just can help your credit. So if you do have credit on the lower end, in lower numbers, like what are things that you can look at? So number one If you hit hard times and you've had late payments, those, skipped whole months of payments on any of your accounts, the first thing to do, especially if accounts are delinquent, is to get them caught up as soon as possible. Get them caught up. Make sure that you are making at minimum the minimum monthly payment required to keep that active, keep it going. The more months you go in a row that you're having on-time payments, you're going to slowly see your scores, go up. Don't take out a whole bunch of new credit at a time. When you do take out new credit cards, new loans, you go get a car, you apply for furniture, whatever it is, you've probably seen this in the past, but when they do a hard credit pull, you're going to get dinged a few points. And so when there's new debt taken out, there will momentarily, or, just for a little bit, your scores will, take a hit, but then as you continue to make those payments month after month, you're going to see them start to go up again. If you have collection accounts, settle them. You can often call once they're at that point. It falls on the collection agency. You might be so tired of getting calls, getting emails, whatever that looks like, but you can call them and you can work out, sometimes you can work out, maybe you pay like 40 or 50% of whatever the total balance was or is, and then you can make payments on that and just pay it off, get it settled, get it off your account. If you don't do anything with them, after 7 years, they will drop off your credit report. If you don't have any credit established, so maybe, and I've seen this a lot, especially in the veteran population, you just don't want to use credit. You live within your means. You're responsible with your money. I applaud you. I think that is amazing. The double-edged sword when it comes to getting credit, though, is that it takes credit to get credit. So it is possible to get a VA loan if you have no credit established, even if you have like no credit scores reporting. It is possible to do that via something called alternate trade lines, which is where we would basically need to collect from you a 12-month payment history of bills that you paid on time. So your cell phone bill, your auto insurance, utility bills at your rental, something like that. So that is possible. However, that is going to come with a increase in your closing costs. So there is a fee that gets added in that is in, they just consider it a risk category, unfortunately. But it is possible. The other thing you could do if you either don't have scores or your scores are lower is you can look into self-reported trade lines. So just Google that, self-reported trade lines. There's things like Experian Boost. There's a couple other companies that you can use, but literally you can set up whatever accounts you want. Anything from your Netflix and Hulu to your cell phone bill to, other bills that you have. You can set up the ones that you're already paying and they will report it as a trade line. So it's going to establish positive on-time history. If you're in a rental currently, you can do ones like Rent Reporters, or there's a few different ones out there that will do your rent. And some of them, which you would need to do research on this, I believe Rent Reporters is one that they will add up to a 2-year back history if you've been at your place that long. So if you've been at your place a year, 2 years, they will go back as far as 2 years and actually add this trade line onto your credit report that shows on-time payments for whatever that time is, up to 2 years that you've been living in that place. You can also look at taking out a secured credit card if you have lower credit, or if no credit, a secured credit card is the way that you can start. So they often will want a deposit. So say it might start with something like a $200 limit and they want a $200 deposit. And then something that, would get applied later on or get back or something, however that works. But it's a way to just get credit established. So just get a card, charge your gas, charge your groceries, pay it off, but just start using it slowly once a month and just start building that credit. So I hope this has been helpful, you guys. I enjoy doing these videos. So my information is in the comment field. Our company, Military HomeSpot Lending, we are licensed in 42 states across the country. So I would love to help you with your financing. Any questions you have, please reach out to me. There's also a link for our instant pre-qualifier tool, which is in the comments below, as well as my contact information. That instant pre-qualifier tool, you literally are going to fill out your information. There's no hard credit check required to fill out that tool. And it literally will give you within a few minutes, it will tell you give you a good solid idea of how much you would qualify for. And if for any reason there's anything that that would impede anything like that, it'll also let you know. And then regardless of whether it's yes or no, we can connect and we can go over next steps. So even if you do take that and it gives a deny for whatever reason, maybe you've had some late payments, or maybe it just couldn't fully calculate it. Sometimes that does it, whatever. But let's connect. Let's answer your questions. Let's get you set up for success. Whether you're buying next month or next year, I would love to have a conversation. So have a great day, you guys. I would love to connect soon, and make it a great day.